Welcome to Psych Insight, where we delve into the intriguing world of psychology, examining our human behavior, thoughts, history, art, and literature through this fascinating lens. Today, due to popular demand, we are re-entering again the captivating world of Sam Vachin, an individual who has intrigued us with his depth of insight. Vaknin's work, as a contemporary poet, has been a focal point of our last video. His work illuminates his deep understanding of human nature and his extensive knowledge of psychology. One of his popular poems, Narcissism, A New Religion, begins with, "I am a church, vast and hallowed." The title, Narcissism, A New Religion, immediately sets up a critique or exploration of narcissism equated with the fervor and devotion typically associated with religious belief. Narcissism, characterized by excessive self-love and self-absorption, is presented not just as a personal trait, but as a cultural or societal phenomenon akin to a new religion that many unknowingly follow. The opening line, "I am a church, vast and hallowed," spoken from the first-person perspective, serves multiple purposes. Metaphor for self-importance. The speaker compares themselves to a church, a sacred and revered space, suggesting a grandiose sense of self-importance. This line immediately encapsulates the essence of narcissism, viewing oneself as central, sacred, and deserving of reverence. Critique of self-worship. By using religious imagery, a church vast and hallowed, the poem criticizes the modern-day worship of the self. It suggests that just as churches are places of worship, individuals may treat themselves as deities, prioritizing self-admiration over other values or relationships. Societal commentary. This line can also be seen as a reflection on society's increasing emphasis on individualism and self-promotion, often fueled by social media and celebrity culture. The comparison to a church suggests a structured, almost ritualistic approach to self-focus, hinting at the deep-rooted and pervasive nature of this new religion. Isolation versus community. Traditionally, churches are communal spaces, yet the singular focus on the self, "I am a church," suggests isolation. This could imply that narcissism, while outwardly grand, ultimately separates individuals from meaningful community or connection. Sacred versus profane. The use of hallowed underscores the sacredness with which the self is regarded. It poses an implicit question about what is truly sacred in our lives, and challenges the reader to consider the consequences of elevating the self to such a status. Vaknin's poems are not just artistic creations, but also psychological studies encapsulated in verses. A line from his poem, The Face of Pain, says, "In my torment, I found my truth." This line suggests the idea that personal growth often comes from enduring pain and hardship. When analyzed as a whole, the sentence conveys a powerful message about the transformative potential of suffering. It suggests that through enduring hardship, a person can arrive at significant personal revelations or truths that might have remained obscured in the absence of such challenges. This concept is a common theme in many philosophical, religious, and spiritual traditions, which often posit that personal growth and enlightenment are closely tied to the trials and tribulations one faces in life. The sentence also touches on the idea of resilience and the capacity to find meaning or purpose in one's pain. It implies that the speaker's torment was not in vain, but rather served as a crucible for discovering something deeply important and true about themselves or their understanding of the world. One of his striking verses reads, "The heart, a hollow muscle, yet full of strength and secrets." This line shows a paradoxical truth about human emotions. They are powerful yet enigmatic. Vaknin's poems urge us to examine our thoughts, feelings, and actions, propelling us towards a higher degree of self-awareness and understanding. In the theater of the mind, we are both the actor and the audience. This quote illustrates his deep comprehension of the duality that exists within each of us. It touches on concepts of self-awareness, personal narrative, and introspection. By breaking down the components of this metaphor, we can uncover the layers of meaning it conveys. Dual roles. By stating that we are both the actor and the audience, the metaphor emphasizes the dual role we play in our own minds. As the actor, we are the creators of our thoughts and decisions, actively participating in and shaping our inner narrative. As the audience, we are observers of our own experiences, capable of reflecting on, critiquing, and interpreting our actions and thoughts. Self-awareness. This dual role points to the concept of self-awareness, where one has the capacity to observe and reflect upon oneself from a distance. It suggests a level of introspection where one can be both involved in and detached from their mental processes. Control and passivity. The metaphor also speaks to the balance between control and passivity in our mental and emotional lives. As actors, we may feel in control of our decisions and paths. However, as audience members, we might recognize the ways in which we are also passive observers, subject to the whims of unconscious processes, emotions, and external influences. As we analyze the verses and delve further into his world, our hope is that you find this journey as enlightening and insightful as we do. We believe that poetry, psychology, is a tool for probing the human mind. Remember, the beauty of poetry, and indeed psychology, lies not just in understanding but also in introspection. We encourage you to reflect on your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Use this occasion to explore your psyche and perhaps unearth some profound truths about yourself. If you enjoyed this content, remember to like and subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, this is Psych Insight, your trusted source for all things psychology.